All right, good morning and welcome to Master Talker online class. In today's video, we'll be solving questions on partial fraction. All right, this is question number 91, and it said express 9x plus 25 over 9x plus 25 over x plus 3 all squared as a sum of partial fraction. As a sum of partial fraction. All right, solution. This is very simple. Please, if you have not watched my video on partial fraction, please do that. Right, so look at this one now. In partial fraction, I have 9x plus 25 all over x plus 3 all squared. Now, in this pattern of partial fraction, look at the way we write the denominator. You start from x plus 3 raised to power 1, okay, plus another one, x plus 3, then raised to power 2. So if here is 3, we need to have the third one. All right, so here will now be a and here will now be b. Why? Because inside this place is a linear, so the up should be a constant. Inside this place is a linear, so the up should be a constant. So the next thing you do is to resolve the right hand side. If I'm resolving the right hand side, I will have 9x plus 25 all over x plus 3 all squared is equal to the LCM. The LCM of this and this is the big one, which is x plus 3 all squared. When this divide this is meaning one of these. One of these times this, I'm having a in bracket of x plus 3. All right, plus when this divide this is 1 times b, I'm having b. All right, so now let's open the bracket. Denominator, put equivalent. Denominator will cancel denominator. If denominator, please in your notes don't cancel. We don't do cancellation. Just know that it will cancel. But I'm cancelling like this because I'm teaching you. All right, so you're going to have that the denominator cancelling denominator to have that 9x plus 25 is equal to open bracket a times x is what? Ax plus what? A times this is what? 3a. All right, plus what? B. Now, what do you do next? Let's compare. By comparison, if I put equivalent and compare, now who has x here? A has x. A that has x is equal to 9 that has x here. Now, who does not have x? 3a plus b does not have x, so it's equal to what? 25 that does not have x. But I've gotten a, so if you now put it here, you have what? 3 in bracket of what? 9, then plus b is equal to what? 25. So what do you do now? So 3 times this is 21. 21 plus b is equal to what? 25. So therefore, my b is equal to what? 25 minus 21. So my b is equal to what? 4. So since you have gotten b to be 4, what do you do? So you now substitute. So you now come back to this place and say that the partial fraction x 9x plus 25 all over x plus 3 all squared is equal to my a is 9 all over what? X plus 3. All right, plus my b is 4 all over what? X plus 3 all squared. So that is that for that. All right, go back to the next question. So what do the other singlet white and the future? All right, so question number 91. Question number 91. Let me refill my mark. So let's go to question number 92. And question number 92 said express 2x over x squared minus 1 as a sum of partial fraction. All right, solution. So what do? We bring it out. Now, this 2x all over x squared minus 1. You know that this is difference of 2 squared. So this thing can be written as 2x all over x minus 1 and x plus 1. All right. So now, if you now share it for them, you now have that this is equal to a over x minus 1 plus b over x plus 1. All right. Why? Because this is a linear, so the up should be a constant. This is a linear, the up should be a constant. So let us solve this side. If I bring down my 2x all over x minus 1 and x plus 1 is equal to what? The LCM of this and this is to bring them together. X minus 1 and x plus 1. So what do you do now? We will now solve. When the both of them divide this one, who is remaining? This person is remaining. This person times a, I have a into s plus 1. All right. When they divide this one is remaining. This one times I have what? B into x minus 1. Now, denominator cancel denominator as usual. So what do we have now? We have that 2x is equal to what? Open bracket. Ax plus a plus what? Bx minus b. All right. Now, if you now put the equivalent, you start comparing. Who has x in the right hand side? A and plus b has x. This and this has x. So it should be equal to what? 2 that has x. You call it equation 1. Then who does not have x in the right hand side? I have a does not have x. And then what? Minus b does not have x is equal to the one that does not have x in the left hand side is 0. So I'll call it equation 2. So you now solve simultaneously. How do we solve? If I do minus to eliminate, this minus this is gone. Minus minus is plus. So b plus b, we have what? 2b is equal to this minus this is what? 2. So my b is equal to 2 divided by 2, which is what? 1. Since I've gotten my b, to get my a is very simple. We substitute in either equation 1 or equation 2. So equation 1, from equation 1 said that a plus b is equal to 2. And I've gotten that b is 1. So a plus 1 is equal to 2. So therefore, a is equal to 2 minus 1, which is 1. So since I've gotten your a and b, go back and put it in your expression. So therefore, you see that 2x all over x squared minus 1 is equal to my a is 1 all over s minus 1 plus 1 again all over s plus 1. So that is the partial fraction. You see, it's very, very simple. We move to the next question. We move to the next question. That is question number 93. Question number 93 said find the partial fraction. Find the partial fraction expansion of x squared minus 2x plus 14 all over x into x minus 1 all squared. All right. Now, if you look at this is very, very simple. Solution, the same method. We have that what? X squared minus 2x plus 14 all over what? S into x minus 1 all squared. In fact, before you resolve anything into a partial fraction, the first thing you check is if that equation is a proper fraction. Now, let's check if this one is a proper fraction. The highest power in the numerator here, is 2. But the highest power in the denominator is 3. That is x squared times another x will give you what? S cubed. So it's a proper fraction. So we can resolve it. So the first one we have that what? We have x here. So a will be here because this is a linear. Plus, don't forget what we do about anyone that has squared outside. Is going to be x minus 1 raised to power 1 b. We don't repeat any alphabet. Plus c over what? X minus 1 all squared. So now let's get the LCM. Bring this one down. X squared minus 2x plus 14 all over x into x minus 1 all squared is equal to the LCM of everything here is simply the left hand side here is the LCM x minus 1 all squared. Now, when these two divide this, I'm having this one left. So I have what? A in bracket of x minus 1 all squared. When this one divide this, I'll have what? Bx into x minus 1. All right. Then finally, when this one divide this, I'm having x. I have cx. So denominator cancel denominator. I'm left with x squared minus 2x plus 14 is equal to. Now let me clear here. A into square the first one, s squared. Multiply the first one and the second one, double it, minus 2x. Square the last one, plus 1. Okay? Then plus, open here, bx squared minus b then what do you have? Plus cx. So finally, let me open here. So I have x squared minus 2x plus 14 is equal to ax squared minus 2ax plus a, then plus bx squared minus b plus cx. All right. So now let us compare. If I put equivalent, I'll compare. Let me compare. Who has x squared in the left hand side? A plus b. A plus b has x squared. So it should be equal to who has x squared here? 1. There's an invisible 1 here. So 1, I call it equation 1. Who has only x in the left hand side is what? Minus 2a. Who again? Minus 2a and okay, sorry, bx times 1 is bx like this. Yes. So who has, so there's the x here, sorry. So who has x in the right hand side is what? Minus 2a minus b and plus c. Minus b and plus c is equal to who has x in the left hand side is what? Minus 2. I call it equation 2. Finally, equation 3. Who does not have x at all? A does not have x. Who again? Who again? Nobody does not have x again. So a is equal to what? 14 here. So a is the only one that does not have x in the right hand side. So look at it. In the right hand side, only a does not have x. Okay. So we move. So now since we have gotten that a is 14, to get b, we say that a plus b is equal to 1. So therefore 14 plus b is equal to 1. So my b is equal to what? 1 minus 14. So b is equal to what? Minus 13. So to get my c, you substitute in equation 2. I know that minus 2a minus b plus c is equal to minus 2. So let me put it. Minus 2 into 14, then minus into minus 13. Okay, then plus c is equal to minus 2. So here it's giving me minus 28 plus 13 plus c is equal to what? Minus 2. So my c will now be minus 2 plus 28 minus 13. So my c will now be minus 2 plus 28 minus 13. So I have 13. So 13, you see? So since you have gotten your a, b, and c, just go back and substitute here. So I have that x squared minus 2x plus 14 all over x into x minus 1 all squared is equal to my a. My a is what? 14. 14 over x. My b is what? Minus 13. So minus 13 minus plus is minus. So I'll have minus 13 all over x minus 1. Then my c is 13 again. Plus what? 13 all over x minus 1 all squared. So that is my partial fraction. Very simple. So we move to the next question. Question number 94. Question number 94. Okay, there is no 94. They say question number 95. Question number 95 said find the partial fraction. Find the partial fraction expansion of, oh sorry, what I solved now, please, what I solved now is question number 95. Sorry, that's what I just solved. So let me solve question number 93. Question number 93 said split into partial fraction with constant numerators. Okay, split into constant partial fraction into constant numerators of, I have 7x squared minus 10x plus 10 all over x minus 1 all cube. All right, solution. Now I told you that before you resolve anything into partial fraction, you first of all check if it's a proper fraction. Now if we expand this thing, we'll be seeing that this is x raised power 3, but here is x raised power 2, so it's a proper fraction. So let us resolve it now. So I have 7x squared minus 10x plus 10 all over x minus 1 cube. Okay, remember what I told you about the one that has power outside is going to be a over x minus 1 raised to power 1 plus b over x minus 1 raised to power 2 plus what, c over x minus 1 raised to power 3. So that is how to do that. So bring down this one, 7x squared minus 10x plus 10 all over x minus 1 all cube, okay, is equal to the LCM of the denominator is the big one. So the big one is the LCM, that is x minus 3, sorry, x minus 1 cube. Now when this divide this, I have x minus 1 squared times this, I have what, a in bracket of x minus 1 squared plus, when this divide this, I have what, b into x minus 1. Then finally when this divide this, I have what, just c, right? So now what do we do? If denominator cancel denominator, I'll be having 7x squared minus 10x plus 10 is equal to, open here, a into x squared minus 2x plus 1, okay, then plus bx minus b, then plus c, right? Okay, so this is what, 7x squared minus 10x plus 10 is equal to ax squared minus 2ax plus what, a, all right, then plus bx minus b, then what, plus c. So let us now compare. Comparing, put equivalent and then compare. So if we compare, we'll be having, let me put equivalent. So let's compare. Who has x squared in the right hand side is a. So therefore a that has squared should be equal to what, 7 that has squared. Okay, let's go to who has only x. We now say that minus 2a plus b has x, plus b has x, and is equal to what, minus 10. Okay, then if we now put here, we can get our b. So minus 2 into 7 plus b is equal to minus 10. So minus 14 plus b is equal to minus 10. My b will now be minus 10 plus 14. So my b is equal to what, 4. So finally, who does not have x at all? A does not have x, minus b does not have x, plus c does not have x, and they should be equal to what, 10 that does not have x. So let me substitute. I have 7 minus, what did I get my b, 4, then plus c is equal to what, 10. This minus this will give me 3 plus c is equal to 10. So my c will now be what, 10 minus 3. So my c is what, 7. So once you have gotten that, go back and substitute. So if you are substituting, I'll be having that what, 7x squared minus 10x plus 10 all over x minus 3, x minus 1 cube, x minus 1 cube is equal to a, what did I get as my a, 7. So 7 all over x minus 1, okay, plus what did I get my b, 4 all over x minus 1 squared, plus my c is 7 all over x minus 1 cube. So that is that for that. Okay, so let's go to question number 90, question number 90 whatever, question number 96, and that is the last question. Okay, second to the last question, number 96. Question number 96 said, in resolving, they said in resolving x squared minus 2x plus 14, okay, sorry, plus 4 all over x into x minus 2 all squared into partial fraction. Into partial fraction. In resolving this into partial fraction, in resolving this into partial fraction, comma, then I say it leads to a over x plus b over x minus 2 plus c over x minus 2 all squared. Okay, then I say find the sum of a and b. Okay, find the sum of a and b. All right, so solution, what do we do? Let me quickly refill. So the normal method of solving partial fraction is what we are going to use. So I'll be having that. They have already placed it for you. I have x squared minus 2x plus 4 all over x into x minus 2 all squared is equal to a over x plus b over x minus 2 plus c over x minus 2 all squared. So now bring down this one to have x squared minus 2x plus 4 all over x into x minus 2 all squared is equal to, the LCM is what? X into x minus 2 all squared. Now when this divide this, I'll be having this one times a, I'll have what? A into x minus 2 all squared, plus when this divide this, I'll be having bx into x minus 2, plus finally I'll be having cx. Now if denominator cancel denominator, I'll be having x squared minus 2x plus 4 is equal to a into x squared minus 4x plus 2. If I clear this one, okay, then plus bx squared plus what? 2bx. All right, then plus what? Plus cx. Now if I open this bracket, I'll be having x squared minus 2x plus 4 is equal to ax squared minus 4ax plus what? 2a. Okay, then plus bx squared plus 2bx, then plus cx. All right, now compare, put equivalent and compare. If I compare, I'll be having, let's compare. Who has x squared in the right hand side? A plus b has x squared. A and b has x squared. So it's equal to what? 1, invisible 1 here. 1, equation 1. So who has only x? Who has only x? Minus 4a, okay, minus 4a plus 2b then plus c, okay, is equal to what? Who has x here? Minus 2. Okay, now let's go to who does not have x at all. Who does not have x at all is who? 2a does not have x. So 2a does not have x and is equal to what? 4. So from here I will see that a is equal to what? 4 divided by 2, which is what? 2. Now if you put it here, oh, they even say we should find a plus b, right? We don't even need to put it. They say we should find the sum of a and b, and the sum of a and b is just 1. So look at it. So a plus b is equal to 1. So you tell them the sum of a and b is equal to 1. No need to solve anything. So it's very, very obvious. Okay, so that is that. Let's move to the last question on partial fraction. The last question on partial fraction said resolve 97. We should resolve x plus 1 all over x minus 1 into x squared plus 1. Resolve this into partial fraction. All right, so look at this very simple solution. Okay, now I have x plus 1 all over x minus 1 and x squared plus 1. All right, first of all, is it a proper fraction? Yes, because the highest power here is 1, while the highest power here is 3, because x times this will give you x cubed. So it's a proper fraction. So let us resolve. We're taking the first one, x minus 1. This is a linear, so the up should be a constant, plus the other one, x squared plus 1. This is a quadratic, so the up should be a linear, bx plus c. If you don't understand, please go to my video on partial fraction. You will understand. So x plus 1 all over x minus 1 into x squared plus 1 is equal to, the LCM is the both of them, which is what? X minus 1 and x squared plus 1. Now when these two divide this, I'm having this times a, I have a into x squared plus 1, okay, plus bx plus c, all right, into x minus 1. Okay, now denominator, take care of denominator. I have that what? X plus 1 is equal to, open bracket, this time this, ax squared plus what? A. This time this, bx squared, sorry, this time this minus bx, this time this plus cx, this time this minus c. Now if I put equivalent and compare, let's go. who does not have x in the left hand side is only, okay, so who has x squared in the right hand side? A has x squared and what? B has x squared. So it's equal to, who has x squared in the left hand side? Nobody. So it should be equal to 0. Equation 1. Who has x? Only x in the left hand side. Minus B has x, and who again? Plus C has x. Is equal to what? The coefficient here is 1. 1 has x. So equation 2. Now, who does not have x at all? A and minus C. So A and what? Minus C is equal to 1. Equation 3. So solve the equation 1, 2, 3 simultaneously. So how do we solve it simultaneously? We can make C subject of the formula in equation 3 and substitute in equation. Okay, if I want to work with equation 1 and 2, I can make C subject of the formula from equation 2 and substitute in equation 3. From equation 2. Equation 2 said that minus B is plus C is equal to 1. So therefore, if I want to make C subject, C will now be what? 1 plus B. All right. So where I would like substitute in equation 3. Substitute C equal to 1 plus B in equation 3. And equation 3 said that A minus C is equal to 1. So therefore, A minus 1 plus B is equal to 1. So A minus 1 minus B is equal to 1. So this one moving here. So A minus B is equal to 1 plus 1. So A minus B is equal to 2. Equation 4. So equation 4 and equation 1 is what I'm going to solve simultaneously. So my equation, let me put my equation 1 here. If I have A plus B is equal to 0 and A minus B is equal to 2. So if I subtract, this and this is gone, right? Minus is plus. So I have what? 2B is equal to minus 2. So my B will not be what? Minus 2 divided by 2, which is minus 1. So if I've gotten my B to be minus 1, to get my A is very simple. I know that what? That A plus B is equal to 0. So therefore, A minus 1 is equal to 0. So my A is equal to what? 1. Okay? To get my C is very simple. From here, I know that A minus C is equal to 1. So 1 minus C is equal to 1. So this one move here, this one move here. So my C will now be 1 minus 1, which is what? 0. So since I've gotten my C to be 0, permit me to clean here. I will now put it back there. If I put it back there, I'll be having that what? S plus 1 all over S minus 1 and X squared plus 1, okay, is equal to, my A is what? My A is 1 all over X minus 1. My B is minus. So I have minus what? 1x, so minus x plus 0, okay, all over x squared plus 1. So but there's nothing like plus 0. So this is the what? The partial fraction. So thank you very much for watching. In our next video, we'll talk about permutation and combination. Bye bye.